The American XL bully dog will be banned by the end of the year. That is news that has come in the last half an hour from the Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak says it follows a series of attacks. This was his announcement just a short while ago.
The American XL bully dog is a danger to our communities, particularly our children. I share the nation's horror at the recent videos we've all seen. Yesterday we saw another suspected XL bully dog attack, which has tragically led to a fatality. It's clear this is not about a handful of badly trained dogs. It's a pattern of behaviour and it cannot go on. While owners already have a responsibility to keep their dogs under control, I want to reassure people that we are urgently working on ways to stop these attacks and protect the public. Today I have tasked ministers to bring together police and experts to firstly define the breed of dog behind these attacks with a view to then outlawing it. It is not currently a breed defined in law, so this vital first step must happen fast. We will then ban the breed under the Dangerous Dogs Act, and new laws will be in place by the end of the year. These dogs are dangerous. I want to reassure the public that we will take all necessary steps to keep people safe.
Well, the Prime Minister's announcement there in Downing Street follows this latest attack in Stafford. A man killed after being savaged by two dogs outside a primary school yesterday afternoon. Despite Rishi Sunak's assertion, police say they have not yet established what breed was involved. Let's speak now to animal behaviourist Shelley, who does have a dog there with you, which, well, even though the Prime Minister says it's difficult to define what an XL bully is, you believe you have got one of them there. I think his name's Basil.
Yeah, his name is Basil. I believe I do have one. It's really difficult to define because they are all such different shapes and sizes, to the point where Basil weighs 39 kilos. If you look at Princess, who lives down the road, she weighs about 60. They're completely different shapes and sizes, so I don't really understand how they're going to define what an XL bully is.
Jordan, Basil is 17 months old. You rescued him. I'm going to say his name to get him to maybe look this way. Basil! Basil! He is a big dog. What is your reaction to what the Prime Minister said? I know you love and adore him, but the Prime Minister is saying that he is dangerous.
I'm obviously devastated because, you know, I understand what the Prime Minister's saying from the perspective of he thinks he sees a pattern of behaviour, but the pattern really exists on the other end of the lead. And where there are issues, it's always around irresponsible ownership and often bad breeding as well. I don't believe these dogs are any more dangerous than any other large dog will be in the wrong hands, and all this will do is push the wrong people into having other types of dogs. And really, the answer lies in licensing for owners and education.
Yeah, but you will know that there are others who say that such breeds are bred specifically for fighting, for commercial reasons, with organised crime sometimes involved. There is no other reason for having such a dog, they would say.
There's no difference in that regard to a Cane Corso or any other type of big mastiff that was also bred as dogs of war. I mean, there's so many different breeds. Where do you end up drawing the line? Well,
the Pit Bull Terrier, of course, has already been banned for that particular reason under the Dangerous Dogs Act.
So what about the English Bull Terrier, the Staffordshire Bull Terrier? I mean, like, the list is kind of never ending. That's the point. And actually, if we can take these dogs out of the hands of those irresponsible people, I believe that they can be lovely, wonderful dogs. I mean, he's training to be a search and rescue dog, and this will obviously be the end of his career, hopefully not the end of his life. And so I don't, you know, I'm gutted.
Jordan, what is Basil like? Because we're hearing constantly every day, American ex-bullies, they're killing machines. What is your dog like? Because I know from what you tell us, he's very affectionate. If anything, he's a scaredy cat when he's confronted by other dogs, even golden retrievers.
Yeah, so he was seized by the police at 5 months old from the people that chopped his ears off. And they then kept him in kennels for another 5 months, and he then ended up in the pound system and came to me at that 10 months old, and I've had him for 7 months, so he's 17 months. Since coming to me, he's not shown any form of aggression. He walked into a house with a chihuahua and a cat, hopped straight up on the sofa. It wasn't ever an issue. and he's just generally lovely and kind. He was attacked recently by two Vizslers, lay down on the floor, froze and pooed himself, literally, and I had to get them off him.
Do you appreciate, or maybe you can answer this? We know that every dog is capable of biting, but the damage that an American Bully XL could do is a lot more, is it not, than, say, a Jack Russell could do if it turned on you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But then there's not a huge difference between what an XL Bully can do and what most Mastiffs can do. I mean, they're virtually the same. So what I'm trying to say is that these people will just go and find another type of dog that they can use as a weapon. And we're not really solving the problem. The problem lies at the end of the lead, the human side of the lead, not the dog side of the lead.
Is there an issue with the fact that if this breed of dog, or this type of dog, because they're not a defined breed, they're not recognised by the Kennel Club, so could you foresee a situation where if they are banned, then there are lots of other mixed breeds that are, you know, perfectly behaved dogs that will get caught up in this and will be seized unnecessarily? Because there's
100%.
Thousands of, say, Staffordshire Bull Terriers out there that are lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If you look at what the most common mixed breed is that's seized currently as a pit type, it's Staffy cross Labrador, which is just absurd. And the same thing will happen, you know, Mastiff crosses, Bull breed crosses, they'll all be considered type, and they'll all be seized and they'll all be killed. It doesn't really matter about genetics or DNA. This is all done by a tape measure, which is just absurd. How can a tape measure ever define whether a dog is or isn't dangerous?
Last thought about the precautionary principle. It's reported this attack in Stafford, although we don't know the breed. Local people say that both dogs were involved in some sort of incident at a supermarket just a week previously. So is that the other issue, that we should be looking at the dog's behaviour before an attack actually happens?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you look, for example, at that case with the poor boy Jack Liz in Caerphilly, you can see that days before, that dog was outside shops terrorising people, trying to bite people on the arm. The owner was beating it on the head. I mean, it was obvious that something was going to happen. And so I think it's clear to see that it's an issue with the deed, not the breed, and the types of people that have them.
Jordan, Shelley and also Basil, thank you very much indeed for joining us with your initial reaction there on GB News. Thank you.